Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am Richard. I'm going to have myself a rum and coke, and we're going to talk about the largest problem facing society today. Let me, of course, remind you that I do these videos with alcohol because I have too much alcohol. So for those of you who can suggest different alcohol for me to try, go ahead and do that, but do understand that I don't need the suggestion. I have enough alcohol. I think I've had this bottle for 4 years. It's just ridiculous how much alcohol I have sitting around. Anyway. And I should stop slurping. Also, for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean will then pull a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. That is across all 5 of my channels. Or 6 of my channels, rather. So, I've pulled something like 30 pounds of trash out of the ocean. And I don't even have 8,000 subscribers all told yet. I'm close to 8,000, I think, but no cigar. Let's see. I've got like one channel that's 7,200. As I film this one's 5,000, so that's or 500, so that's 7,700. One that's over 100, that's just over 100, that's 8. I might have a total of 8,000, but the number is central to the channel. So if I have 999 on every channel, I still have to wait for the extra one. Anyway, that does feed, 4Ocean does feed into what I think the largest problem with society is today, with our world today, and that is the environment. And why do I say that? Well, for one thing, because man-made climate change is going to cause a lot of climate refugees. So people who live where I live, where climate is an issue but not unlivable, people are going to come move here. Car. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Diversity is a good thing. People will come here and they'll bring new ideas and new cuisine and new philosophies, and diversity makes your world better. Except for the fact that where I live, we already have homeless people everywhere, and we have too much population density. And that's the problem with where I live, is that there just aren't enough jobs to sustain the people. Everybody needs 2 jobs. So climate refugees are going to be an issue, all right? If you live in a place where there are jobs, then I guess they're warming up their car. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's like my neighbor owns this, car he thinks is so fancy, and he just, come on, dude, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I realize I'm posting this at like 10 o'clock in the morning months from now, but you and your I have a small donger mobile are really interrupting my video and screwing with my train of thought. Anyway, so it's like, yeah, climate change is an issue. And, the environment, it's like I just got my electric bill. I just opened my electric bill for the month. It was $800. And that's because I'm filming this in September, and it was the bill for August, which, I had to run the air conditioning. And, it's like I could spend $20,000 to make my home more efficient, all right? I think that $800 may represent 100 tons of carbon into the environment. It probably doesn't, because I live in California and our grid is actually pretty green, but, that's not really the point. The point is that, you know, if it wasn't so hot, my air conditioning wouldn't work so hard, and this heat is going to badly impact the economy, right? And there are other concerns. One of the things, like with the ice caps melting, like they said that there was one colony of so many thousands of penguins, and only 3 of their chicks survived. And it's like, guys, it's not killing the adult penguins, but it's killing the chicks. And I guess a world without those penguins may not be a big thing to you, but it is a big thing to me. So I would like to live in a world where there are lots and lots of friendly penguins pooping all over the north and south or wherever they live, and making the world a funner place to exist in. So yeah, to me, the environment is the biggest issue. Now, that does not change the fact that, yes, one of the reasons the environment is so bad is that none of the people that care about the environment have the money to do anything about it. And the people that care about the environment but have the money don't care enough. It's like, you look at Bill Gates, okay? And I looked up the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They're one of the largest charities on earth. And one of the things they said was like, okay, we'll give you a grant if you come up with a concept to do this. You can't come to them and say, hey, I want to do this. Would you give me money? You've got to do what they want, which makes sense. But look, dude, you're Bill Gates. You could say, here's a problem. I could find any engineer in that field and give him $1 billion and say, fix problem now. And literally just the interest off that $1 billion, stick it in a CD and have the money, and he's got more than $1 million a year to work on it. That's kind of the thing, it's like, yeah, you've got plenty of rich people, and a rich person could come to me and say, you know what, I'm going to make your life better. I'm just going to give you all the money you need to fix your house and make it 100% environmentally friendly, and I'm going to give you a complete solar roof and all those things. But doing all those things it's just, you need to be the person with the money to do that. I mean, in 1950s America, when the minimum wage was still young, a man could buy a house after saving 1 month's pay. That was the down payment. A house was like $15,000, but I mean, like, I think 1 month's pay was like, less than $1,000. It was just chicken feed to what inflation has really changed things. So yeah, if somebody said, well, I need a more fuel efficient car, they could just buy one. But now every dime you make goes towards surviving, and our culture as it stands is breaking down. The middle class is shrinking, the poor are growing, and this is going to make the average person's ability to fight climate change really hard. It's like somebody commented on one of my videos when I showed them these, is like, why don't you just do the right thing because it's the right thing? Well, because it's expensive to do the right thing. If I could get in touch with every person who cared about the environment enough to subscribe to this video or to this channel, and they did it, I would have millions of subscribers, and I would theoretically make millions of dollars. No, thousands of dollars, I guess. And then I'd still have to have a regular job, but I would have enough money to do more for the environment. One of the things I would like to do is I would like to get a bracelet tree, bracelet tree is what it's called, and just put these bracelets on it and just have it filled, and then, maybe have lights or something, and that would be my Christmas tree. Or maybe every year I would buy, decorate a Christmas tree with these bracelets and then give them away or something like that, It's just one of those things I would love to do, but economically, I can't do that. It's too expensive. You know, it's like each one of these things is like between $20 and $30, and I think some of the more expensive ones go up into the hundreds. You know, they have some really high end jewelry at Four Ocean. So, you know, it's hard to make money and it's expensive to save the environment. Just one of those things that you have to understand. You know, the world isn't easy. Anyway, so yeah, I think the biggest problem facing the world today is the environment. I would say the second biggest problem, which is impacting the first biggest problem, is the economy. I mean, look, I just saw a video saying that 19 million people in China couldn't buy mooncakes this year for their whatever it is festival. And that means that their culture is breaking down because traditionally what you did was buy mooncakes to celebrate. And the most popular mooncakes are the cheap ones. They're expensive. They're like $5 per mooncake, and they come in a box of 4 for the cheap ones in America. So anyway, maybe by the time this video airs, things will look brighter. They look pretty dismal now. Of course, they could also look worse. Who knows? I'm Richard. Hi everybody, I'm Danger Ducky, and this is the part of the video where I remind you to comment, like, and subscribe. I'm also giving time for there to be links to the next video and subscriptions. You should comment, like, and subscribe, because for every 1,000 subscribers, this channel will buy a bracelet from For Ocean, and that will pull a pound of trash out of the ocean. It's a big ocean, and there's a lot of trash there. We also buy medals from the Conqueror, and every one of those means that 5 trees are planted, so that we will have a cleaner world for you and me to live in. Danger Donkey says, be a good Samaritan, float like a butterfly, and comment, like, and subscribe!